Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, or welcome to another fine edition of Rokes. I was going to say Broke Survives. It's not. It is GNF Televisable, as we talk about all of our hot topics and anything else of feats or fancies. And as usual, I am the hosties with the mosties. I am the Canadian Rogue, and it is a Friday. That is right. How is everybody out there in Chatsfield? Are we all doing good? All doing grand? Yes, yes. Oh, geez, I send out the info in the Gemex. It pops in right away. Hello, Jim. How you doing?
Oh, fine. It's easy to pop in when I'm just sitting here at my desk because I can't go very far. So,
Giving yourself a good scratch and a fart, I see. Good to hear. Good to hear. Outside of breaking things, how have you been?
oh, not too bad. Foot's healing quick. So
That's good. That's good.
apparently taking creatine. I've been taking creatine to help me with other things, and it's helping heal the foot faster.
No, that would do it. That would do it.
So,
yes.
so swelling. It's still swollen, but it's not like super swollen anymore.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean,
a little hard to move.
I would assume so. I would greatly assume so. But
yeah.
So outside of the Trumpian drama that's still ongoing, there's some new drama that popped up not that long ago. Have you been paying attention to the drama farm?
I mean, which one? I mean, there's like never-ending bouts of where where Congress voted against a bill that would have Democrats in Congress voted against the bill that would have released the locked Epstein files. There was also where a lot of Democrats were like, "What the fuck you doing?" So it's like they're down 13 points now here. I mean, there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah, no, I was kind of referring to YouTube drama, but that's also just exciting.
No, there's also the YouTube drama. There's also outside of politics, totally outside of politics. There's a little bit of drama with a Boogie.
Oh, Boogie again?
Boogie again, I hear. I'm not sure of too much of the details because they just came out like a couple hours ago.
It'll be a while.
Keemstar, someone's getting fired from Keemstar show. I guess it's Boogie
again. Is it legit?
Fucked up again?
Is it a solid? He's not coming back. I mean that.
I don't know. I don't watch Keemstar anymore.
It's all been fake news. The only one that's actually held up to the arrangement is Jordy. Everybody else is kind of up in the air. There's the other the Jordy replacement. He's been fired multiple times and hired multiple times, just like Boogie, apparently. So honestly, until they actually do another legit firing and no rehire, I'm not really kind of focusing on Keemstar and his lol cows, as he likes to call them. They're just Rich is the other one, but I think Rich, yeah, he was fired, so he's another one. So it would have been Jordy, aka Wings of Redemption, and Review Tech USA. Yes, Rich, Grandpa Rich. Yeah, he got himself canned on his birthday, or at least around that time frame, I believe, or around the guy that he fired originally's birthday. Regardless of the fact, it was a long drawn out thing. I'll probably see it on the Keno Casino sometime later today. But no, I was referring to a certain legal mindset. Yes, he has some interesting allegations that was levied upon him not that long ago.
Legal mindset. Which one's that one? That's the
the skinny one that hangs up with the lollies the VTubers in Korea.
Is that the one that was covering this Johnny Somali case?
Yes, he's the one that's covering the.
So he's in trouble now. Shocker.
Yes. So apparently on X, there has been several unverified claims that he raped and shared revenge porn, as someone would call it, of a 16-year-old girl, and then fled the U.S. after a police report.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing: he'd be extradited if that was true.
If it was, yes, it would be.
If it was true, he would have been extradited. He would have even with No, so I have a feeling that's bullshit. The kind of companies that hire you to overseas like that kind of make sure you don't have any kind of drama like that, so it can affect your work there.
Yeah, no, I mean that is a big thing. And speaking of things, Sparky, how you doing?
Not saying it's not possible, but
It actually helps if I unmute my mic.
It
Actually,
does.
I can put a little bit out there on that one.
Oh, goody goodies. I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit because Legal Mindset actually came back to the United States, I think last year and 2 years beforehand for a wedding.
All right. All right.
He's not fled the United States.
No, but again, like I said, I was gonna kind of continue down the rabbit hole of fun. There's not enough to actually confirm. A lot of it is just a lot of accusation, and there's a lack of
So
corroborating information.
a
to make
lot
it
of
fun.
it comes from four different sources.
Oh, I love sources.
Okay, the first source are Ninja Sisters,
Oh,
which
nice.
is basically just a fringe group of
Wannabes.
a fringe group of radical parasocial fans that will just slobber the dick of Ninja Sanji,
Haha,
and they can do no wrong.
of course.
That's the first one. The second one is the sector, groups within the
Right.
sector, Ralph and stuff like that.
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. The third one is Hassan's orbiters.
Oh, the Hassan Piker people who are being felted
And
very nicely against one, Ethan
and
Klein.
yeah, and the fourth one is people around Nick Rekieta.
Oh, the Rekieta stock, the Rekieters. They're hoping for another win because right now Nicky Boy is getting a bit of wins in his pockets.
So it's a lot of bullshit.
Oh, Dragon's here. Hello, Dragon.
I can tell you for a fact because I've had talks. He's been to the United States many different times. He does not have his citizenship revoked. He comes back all the time. He is still a practicing attorney. He lives over in Asia, yes, but his job is also lawyer for passport requisitions.
Okay.
So his job is basically to negotiate between countries and clients to get passports and visas from one country to another country for stays, either extended or short. That's his main job.
It's his main gig. All right. Well, see.
I mean, they kind not to tend to hire criminals for those types.
Well, that be true, and like I said, it's a lot of speculative. People are going to weigh out whatever pros and cons on either side, but I look for time and data, and if there's not enough data to actually prove something,
the closest thing that he has to possibly be in trouble is a financial thing that happened with him in Florida. But even then, that kind of just amounts to something like a bankruptcy and stuff like that. So
yeah, I'm not expecting him.
There's no proof of anything, and a lot of the sources what they're using, he does this is because he lives in another country, baseless accusations from Robert Bonds.
Not surprised.
And also for the fact of the things he likes and enjoys because he likes anime, he likes VTubers, he covers VTubers, he's friends with a lot of them.
He's a gooner.
I won't really say gooner, but he leans into the culture.
Of course. Dragon, would you call him a gooner? If a person that's really into VTubers in anime?
He doesn't even know who Legal Mindset is.
I have an idea. No, I don't know. I'm aware of who they are.
Yeah.
I think I've been in a chat with them once or twice, but other than that, I don't know Jack Diddley's shit.
Nah, but would you consider him a gooner?
I don't know. I don't know enough about him to consider him a gooner.
Well, I mean, I would consider you a gooner since you're all into the anime crap.
Hey, you're more than welcome to. But, you and I both know that classification is only because I watch anime and shit.
There you go. See, it works. Good, simple classification. But no, like I said before, a lot of.
I want to see proof. I want to see court records. I want to see actual hard proof.
Yeah, no,
bullshit.
Of what?
So
allegations against like a
yeah,
mindset.
I was going to.
I was gonna say, if you want proof of my stuff, I got a folder for you.
No, not Jesus Christ. No, we're kind of talking about legal mindset and his allegations against him. That apparently he was involved in some revenge prawn, as some would call it, on a 16-year-old gal, and he then up and skedaddled to places unknown in the Asian quadrants.
Not gonna lie, when it comes to revenge porn, I'm not touching that with a 50-foot pole because that's a he say she said scenario.
Unless your name is Ethan Ralph.
Unless you are Ethan Ralph and you posted your own porn on fucking the internet and
Well, I think I think that's like the main source. Ethan Ralph, Robert Barnes, and Nick Mercator.
Honestly, I wouldn't be that shocking because have you seen Ethan's new co-host?
No,
I don't care.
Oh, it's an interesting co-host.
Who is it?
All right, who's his co-host?
Grok, female version.
What?
Grok.
Okay.
With a female voice.
You're kidding, right?
Seriously.
Sounds like something he would do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, Grok is had been kind of retooled by him kind of to be a little bit more on the paranoid kind of side and kind of like an Alex Jones-esque version, but with a more female kind of vocals on that. So yeah.
Jesus.
He's been royally felted or pretty much dragged through the mud by this version of Grok every now and then. So yes.
Well, it's not that hard for
I know.
anyone, including an AI, to felt the rage pig.
Yeah, I know. It is fun to watch every now and then because right now he's again the casino, the boy.
His own gunt felt some.
That is true. That is true. Which half though? Because it's divided into three.
They tag team.
I will concur. Yeah, no, haven't you seen that there, Dragon? You probably haven't.
No.
But yeah, he's got a little cleft where it's supposed to be. He's got the original fold, and then he's got this little kind of cut somewhere, which is kind of not cut evenly, and he claims that he was shanked by his dad, and kind of carved up a wee bit when he was younger. On his younger years, that is his claim, that is his statement. Whether it's true or not, kind of questionable.
Well, his dad went too low and not deep enough.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of agree with that one. And yeah, he was left with a little bit of an indent, which causes it to split into three.
God damn it!
Didn't need to know that.
Well, I mean, those who've been kind of a-logging Ralph and he's already kind of spotlighted it accidentally, was brought up in the Medicare kind of streams and that. So yeah,
Look,
we've
I remember it being mentioned. I just try to forget that it existed.
Oh, just like how a bunch of women were gifted the ability to design a car from Volvo, and yeah, it didn't go that far in mass production.
No, it was.
Have you heard about that too?
I saw this fucking thing on that. I died of laughter with that thing.
Yeah, that was fucking the Volvo.
Yes.
10,000 miles before an oil change. 10,000 miles. Oh, and why does the gas cap, No.
What I loved about that thing was how to change the oil. Remove the entire front end of the damn thing.
Well, I mean, we could watch the little short if anybody's interested.
We can do that. That's fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I mean that I can watch Sparky cringe in this one. I feel like that would be.
All right, look. I worked on Volvos because unfortunately, Volvo semis are a thing in the area. Mac and Mac Volvo bought Mac and completely fucking destroyed Mac. I already know how Volvos are. They are a throwaway vehicle. It doesn't matter how expensive they are. They are a throwaway vehicle.
Sparky, on the normal, the throwaways. This one you have to see.
So here we go. Here's the short.
When a car is designed entirely by women. In 2001, Volvo gave full creative control to a team of 9 women. No limits, no interference. The mission was simple. Design a car built by women for women. The result was the YCC, your concept car. It had a sleek, futuristic design and even...
Go back to the front of that car.
Front of this car.
Yeah, did you notice it?
How do you open the hood?
Wait,
We're going to get there. We're going to get there.
Wait a minute. Don't explain that.
We will get there sooner than later. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on to your questions.
Car. It had a sleek, futuristic design and even won a major European design award. But the real innovation was in the details. The car didn't have a traditional hood. If you wanted to access the engine, you had to remove the entire front section. Why? Because the designers realized that the only reason they ever opened the hood was to refill the windshield washer fluid. So they moved that feature outside the car, right near the windshield, easy to reach without opening anything. They gave the car a wide rear window and large mirrors for better visibility while parking and reversing. The dashboard was clean and minimal, and instead of a small center console, they added a deep, organized storage compartment with separate sections, big enough for a handbag, groceries, or other daily items. The paint was dirt-resistant, like a non-stick frying pan. Water, dust, and mud just slid off.
Yeah. Well, it gets better. The list keeps getting better. The lists are better.
No more constant car washes. The seats had removable covers in different colors and materials, so drivers could customize the interior without buying a whole new car. The pedals were adjustable to make it easier to drive in heels. And the headrests? They had grooves designed specifically to hold a ponytail comfortably. No more awkward pressure on the back of the head. They also paid attention to the entry and exit. The doors were longer and opened wider, making it easier to get in and out, especially in tight skirts or with a child in your arms. Feedback was overwhelmingly positive. People loved the concept, but the car was never mass-produced. Volvo said it was just a design experiment, but many still ask why it didn't make it to the street.
Because it's a piece of shit.
Well, you're not entirely wrong.
But
I know. No. I know I'm not entirely wrong. In fact, I am 200% correct on it.
Well, there was an issue with the fact that the gas and the windshield wiper fluid were right next to each other.
That is a big one, as well as.
And when women first got their hands on the car, they tried to put the gasoline in the windshield.
No, this car was never mass produced. It never went to market.
But when they did a mock-up design.
Oh yeah,
but again,
it
did work. Yeah. And the a woman got a hold of the mock-up design and put windshield wiper fluid. They did the reverse. No, it should have been impossible to do that because of how they were designed. They still fucked that up and still managed to do that.
Look, it's easy enough to do that regardless. Look, you have mechanics and heavy construction workers that will drive like dualies or big diesel trucks around. Mm-hmm. And I think Dragon, you could probably attest to this. A truck that has DEF on it, when you open up the fuel tank, you have a green cap and blue cap. The green big cap is for diesel. The blue small cap is for DEF. And regardless of not, and regardless of not, whether if you label it or not, somebody's going to put DEF in the diesel and diesel in the DEF. It always happens.
We don't have that issue at my well, as far as I'm aware, we've not had that issue as far with my idiots.
Well, but you know what I mean by the setup.
With my idiots, though, we do occasionally have dirt in the DEF.
But you know what I mean by the setup. Within the fuel tank. Cap.
Kind of. See, Sparky, all the machines we have, except for except for one machine, the DEF is in one spot, and the
Well, I'm not talking about tractors. I'm talking about like pickup trucks.
We don't have any diesel pickup trucks.
Okay, well, you see a diesel pickup truck.
I've seen one, but I've never actually messed with the fucking caps and shit.
Okay, well, never mind. Machine, heavy equipment, that's completely different.
Yeah, long story short, this would have cost Volvo in the production end, when it was all said and done, a pretty good penny, and the sales would be somewhere in the 60K in 2004 if this was actually produced, which kind of puts into today's money pretty close to $100,000 car just for the average consumer.
Yeah. The fun
So-
part, though, I personally find is still the fact that they decided that the front end needed to be completely removed to do anything with
Yes.
the engine.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because they're never going to access it anyway. So why would they need to open it up? Yeah, the logics. I love it. But yeah, no, I mean, at the end of the day, dirt repellent was expensive. To be able to run on flat tires, that was kind of of an issue. Also, it had to have parking assistant.
Seriously?
Seriously, and
Well, you got a
we
bunch of women driving it.
yeah, right. Also, outside of the gull wings that they had for the doors, it also was supposed to be a hybrid. So it was a was it a hybrid 250 HD engine or no HP engine that they wanted to use.
Jesus Christ. I have genuinely not heard dumber things. I knew it was bad, but damn.
Oh yeah, and it gets even better. So the price ticket adds on. So they also wanted to do like body scanning for the seats, so that every new owner has a specific seat just for them. Outside
God
of being able to
damn.
remove the seat, and to put in a new one based on the outfit or the bag that they have, because the car is really an accessory for them.
I knew the pedals had
Yeah,
things that allowed for heels.
yeah,
Here's the thing. So here's the thing. Having a highly innovative car that has cool features, gold ring doors are cool. I'll say that much. I mean, one of my dream cars I still want right now is a DeLorean. If I had the chance and the money to buy one, I would do it 100%. But there's different things you can integrate and different things you can make it, luxury or utility or have some sort of function that works.
Uh-huh.
But it's when you get to the customizations,
yeah.
like specific customizations, that's not really fits any of those criteria. It fits the criteria of the individual person who buys it. So, say for instance, you buy a car, and then you have the option to have your name embroidered onto the steering wheel or decorative letterworks onto the steering wheel.
Uh-huh.
That's cool because that's something you can go and look and go, yeah, that's my car. That's mine. It's customized to you.
Mm-hmm.
The problem comes into the resale value.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure somebody named Karen sent a call to Lucy. Lucy's not going to want the name Karen on the steering
within
wheel.
their vehicle. Yeah.
I might.
I mean, you're
do
a
it as a
strange
joke.
fish. Yes.
Because that would be funnier than drive around with and a Karen.
No, that would be true. But like I said before, you're a strange fish, so it's all good. It's all good. Yes. But as drama continues and ongoing, it's always been exciting. Apparently, some new drama came about. And again, this is all from X. Gotta love X. It provides
Always
me
on
with a
X.
lot of, Twitter performance. Previously now X because reasons. It provides me with a lot of entertainment as well as some interesting individuals. So we all kind of have an idea who Dark Viper AU is.
I heard this one, yeah.
I know the name.
Well, I'll put it like this. It involves a Uno Reverso.
Yeah, it kind of does. So if Sparky was to kind of, bring Dragon up to speed.
Okay. So Dark Viper AU
Yeah.
is a little bitch of an Australian. Most notably, you know him for his little rants on Sniper Wolf, whatever numbers behind the name is. But he would be known for the little rants and getting notoriety for that. The other hand, you also know him for the Sound Club of my 14-page meticulously written document on fair use and how it's non-existent.
14 pages. Yes.
Really?
14 pages. Anyways, Dark Viper AU is a Grand Theft Auto speedrunner from Australia. He is good buddies with Carl Jobs, a name that we all know here.
Mm.
He's also named in the suicide note that Apollo Legends wrote and then got blamed onto Billy Mitchell.
Correct.
So that is this guy, Dark Viper AU. Anyways, one of his biggest things is he is a serial DMCA litigator. And what I mean by that is he does not believe in fair use in the slightest. He would not do anything. Yeah, he just sits there and will say, if you're reacting or if you're trying to do something transformative, you're stealing walk. And that's him. And his definition of stealing walk is very, very, let's just say, you take anything of his that he's done in any regards, it's theft.
Yeah, it's a
post.
very broad definition for
Yeah.
So here's the thing. With that, is he a game streamer?
Yes.
Well, then he's stealing content from game companies.
yeah.
It
With
gets
that
bad.
definition.
It gets weirder. It gets weirder.
It gets. I'll put you like this.
Then okay, I got
That is the backstory
Yes.
between Dark Viper AU. I'll let Rogue explain the new stuff going on.
So
I've got a little bit, but I think it's kind of bullshit in my book.
It's kind of for me. It's a nothing burger when it's all said and done. But here it goes. In front of you is a twat that decided to let everybody know that AU Dark Viper here stole his speedrunning gimmick that he had for a particular mission in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
And, yes. And here is the clip in question. As I'll run it in the background here. So basically, this thing was sped up. It was originally, I think, a 9-minute clip or description of how to cheese the system, which kind of reduced it by, I want to say, maybe a couple of minutes or whatever. Because again, it's a speedrunner's glory to try to get whatever it is. But it hit the market, and what Dark Viper did was he kind of shortened it down. To about, what is it? I want to say somewhere close to 30 seconds or whatever. It fit within the YouTube short kind of thing. And originally he gave this guy credit, and then over time he changed whatever it was, and then the credit was taken away. And so the guy that did this nice little speed run here clip, he decided to make a tirade.
So here's what my interject real quick.
Okay.
So you can't lay claim to a tactic. That's already been established.
Yes.
So the speedrunning quote unquote community, or just speedrunners in general, the general frame is to speedrun the game within a certain amount of time. A lot of things are known to the public because of, either somebody watches someone else and then they simulate that and then they go for and do other things to the sort. It's fine. And, Dark Viper did fine. Ain't crediting the guy. Oh, yeah. And how I got this speedrunning trick from him is from this guy. That's all you need to do. And from there, if it continues on, say maybe he perfects it or he does it multiple times, you kind of don't like claim to you have to have your name plastered on that each and fucking time.
Yeah.
So I hate to say this. What, Durk? D-U-R-K?
Yeah. Dark Stunter.
Dark Stunter. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call him Dark Retard.
Yeah.
Thank you. I didn't want to fucking defend Dark Viper.
I know.
Go fuck yourself.
So yeah, Dark here had decided to do this lovely long. He could have done a twit longer; it would have been a lot easier.
Okay.
I have a grievance. I have a fucking grievance. I'm claiming that Dark Viper stole his work. He pointed it out to apparently he was a fan of Dark Viper. It's Dark here, and he was able to have contact with Dark Viper AU to kind of go, hey, what's up, and made a complete grievance list of it's not about the money, it's about the principle. The guy stole my
That's
shit.
always the fucking
There is no
bullshit.
principle here.
Again, like I said, I'm just kind of putting it out there.
Show
And
show me a Mario speedrun that uses the wall hack,
yeah,
where every speedrunner cites and credits the person who found that fucking glitch first.
no, that
It
is
does not
correct.
exist.
Doesn't exist. So he actually goes through the whole process of a YouTuber with 2 million plus subs stole our work, uploaded it, and made over £1,500 from it. And like I said before,
There's another one.
this is Australian versus a UK guy,
Th-
and it means nothing to me at this point.
Is it UK or I thought it was Mexican?
No, pound or no, UE. It's euros. It would be euros.
All right. Anyways,
So EU guy.
here's the thing. The guy would have a claim if Doc Viper just used the guy's video and claimed it as his own. That's what this guy would have a claim at. However, if Doc Viper is the one that was controlling the character within the game, performing said speedrun stunt or said speedrun tactic, that's completely, entirely his. And he does not have to give you credit.
No, this is where it gets a little tricky for you there, Sparky. This speedrun clip here is from Dark Stunter and his boy, Masses Boy 30. They're the ones that spotlighted this. They put it up there, and unfortunately it was easy grab on the channel that they originally had it on, and regardless of the factor, they do have somewhat of a case if they took it to a legal precedence. But this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, a little bit more spicy. They're not going to take it to a legal precedence.
No, time out. I think you missed what I was saying. If Dark Viper just took the clip itself and claimed that them playing that game or that segment was actually him doing it, that's where they had the precedent. Now, if Dark Viper was just replicating what was done in the game, there is no case at all.
I get that, but according to them, he took the information. It's their data, their speed run that he's using.
Is it patented?
Technically, yes. Because
they have a patent number on it.
Because in the EU, it's an automatic patent up to about 5 years.
Nah.
Hey, it's EU laws. I'm not gonna fight EU laws on this one. Every place is different. AU is in Australia, different rules there. You're in America. I'm in Canada, different.
How many other people have used this technique?
Oh, probably a small handful of people. Regardless.
Who cares?
Regardless. Unless they decide to take this to court, which they're not, because if you go through this entire twat longer that they created, they're not going to take this to court. They took it to the public court of opinion, which means fuck all.
Yeah,
and they're trying to say that it's about the principle, not about the money. And again, it's in here, which is kind of stupid. If you have a good solid case on you, and technically they do, it's a little bit of a fight on their end, but they do have a good strong case. They could really an Australian ruled football does not equal football, what really, which does not equal soccer. I mean, seriously, dude, seriously. Anywho. But yeah, so they do have somewhat of a case, and like I said, credit was originally given, and then it was taken away after a while. They were never going to get any form of shekels out of it on YouTube. Yes, this giant speech here that follows up pretty much states that you're not going to get any money, the why can't I kind of thing. And that's from Dark Viper. His testimony here, he comes off as a complete
Jesus.
douche as he normally does. But at the end of the day, if the other party isn't going to follow through on their legal obligations, then this is just yelling at the clouds. Feel sorry for me because a smarter person got money out of it and I didn't. Basically what it is. And yes, there's going to be some people who are going to say that how dare Dark Viper, he stole the material, he's hypocritical. Well, unless the other person decides to do what they're supposed to do, then it means nothing. This is it's all talk. It means nothing. So yes, that is the court case of Dark Viper versus a Dark Moron. And Dark Viper won on the pretense of just being there and forfeit. Congratulations, that's a great American word, forfeit. So yeah, that is the entire Dark Viper saga. But like I said, there Sparkles, he would have lost if this went to court.
I doubt it.
Oh, again. If it went to court, it's not going to court. So,
No, even if it went to court, it wouldn't hold up in court.
we'll have to. We won't know. So it's not going. So either way, fun and exciting. But there's a lot of people who have taken sides, or not really a lot of people. Some people have taken sides, and I don't want to take up on Dark Viper's side of things, but unfortunately, I've got to have to. Say that unless you're taking this to court, why are you bringing this to us? It makes no fucking sense. So, yeah, what is this supposed to hurt Dark Viper? He already is a moron. He pretty much hurts himself. He had a 14-page dissertation about 14 pages. Jesus Christ. Of why commentary is not a thing and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, seriously, it's like watching Thor from Jason Thor Hall from Pirate Software, watching him slowly destroy himself, which is fun to watch, fun to fucking watch. But yes. Outside of that, have you guys been paying attention to anything else that is exciting?
Not really. I've been working really.
You sound like you've been working really, as in you're trying to convince me that you have been working, quote unquote.
Well, look, I've been busy trying to deal with stupid at work.
All right.
My stupid's been boss going, "Oh hey, it rained. We need you to go ahead and still cover trash with mud that all our digging spots are currently too wet to even dig in."
I see. So,
Well, right, you were part of that flooding area, weren't you?
I'm north of that shit.
Oh, I thought you were
I
in
hate
that
to
area.
say it. No, I hate to say this. It's called the flying motorbike glitch, which has been present in GTA 5.
Oh yeah, like I said before, it's
a really well known.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Glitch.
Like I said, they're the ones that's claim that they found it and presented it, and like I said, until it's taken to wherever, it means nothing at this point. It's just people yelling at clouds. Yes.
Just morons being morons.
Yes, exactly. I love it. So, though I do like my furry selection I gave you there, Dragon. It was awesome.
Look, I shared that with another person because you were sharing brain rot with me, and I cannot deal with brain rot alone.
Oh, I love it.
Because
I just must suffer.
Yes.
Look, if I'm gonna suffer, I'm not suffering alone.
Okay.
And the fact that was literally a furry talking about, hey, you need 14 to get into someone's Discord. I was going, no. Just no.
So, I saw Rogue posted something. I was looking at one of the things you posted. Steam cracks down on some sex games to appear
Oh yeah, we're gonna get there
Yeah.
eventually.
I wanted to ask Dragon's opinion on this. I don't know
Oh well,
why.
we will get there. Right now, we were just kind of I'm inundating him on furry shit to get to the next deviant thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a furry in the room, you have to poke at him and
Mhm.
make some form of abuse
Yep.
towards the
And
furry.
when the sad part is when said furry is so desensitized to the furry community being the furry community. I ain't gonna lie, I'm just kind of disappointed that anyone's surprised at the shenanigans that were found.
Yeah, but I do like the beginning of it. Which of the two things in the is the rarest in the furry fandom? Straight men or women?
Both.
Yeah, and those who actually care about it
Yeah.
and want to acknowledge them for it. Yes, yes, that is the that is the beautiful thing. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm like, well, yeah, he's not wrong in that department. Most of the furry fandoms are kind of freaky deakies that are into some form of, pedo shit. So it's quite
God,
interesting.
it's fucking unfortunate how true that shit is.
Well, you guys live on an iceberg, and unfortunately, the tippy top of the iceberg is where the norm is, and everything below it is a massive shit pile of disaster that kind of creeps up on people every now
Did
and
I say I wasn't? I mean, look,
then.
I'm usually the one who finds all this shit and hands it to you, but I just kind of recently just kind of said,
Yeah, well, look what I've been doing. I've been doing my due diligence to find you more levels of brain rot just because of the fact that you found me brain rot. So, I think I thought it was kind of
what I'm hearing is I got back at you for handing me something across the desk that I shouldn't have had to look at.
yes, yes.
God
And
damn.
I turned around and said, "Hey, look what I found."
And I just fucking wanted to hit you.
Of course, of course. And hey, look what I found. So Steam is cracking down on some of the sex games to appease the payment processor.
Yep.
This kind of rears back to another different conversation that we've been having for the last, I want to say, almost 5 fucking years. So
Mm.
basically what happened was there was a certain incest game that deals with a brother sister kind of thing, and an indies kind of game that some kids got a hold of for some reason, and the helicopter parent decided to show up and say no dice, and then complained against the payment processing people, and the payment processing people decided to slap down on a few different gaming sites such as Steam, and
Yeah.
Steam rolled over, showed his belly, and said no mas, no mas, which kind of seems, I don't know, normal.
Yeah.
Maybe you can clue it into me there, Dragon. What is your thought process on Steam saying that, you know what, when it comes down to certain adult oriented games, we can pull funding.
Well, I mean, the fact that realistically speaking, I find half that shit on Steam downright hilarious. They're pissy about it.
Yeah.
Because the part I find funny is that they're pissy about the ones that are, well, puzzle fucking games most of the goddamn time. But
Here's
but
what I find.
I saw what the actual list is that they're currently targeting.
Mm.
Incest is first.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's
I don't live in an
Well,
island.
here's what I find funny about this whole deal, and it's not this, and it's not the overall concept. It's the parties that came in afterwards.
Yes.
So
They never
um,
surprise.
Ones that were on Jeffrey Epstein's island, you mean?
they don't play video games, so
Well, they did play some form of video game. It wasn't the best kind. We'll just put it this way.
well, anyways, I'll put it like this. In a day, my take on the whole thing: credit card processors at all should not be allowed to dictate what a customer can and cannot do. So that right there, that's as far as I go with it. But what I find funny is when you get people like Asmongold talking about this and saying how bullshit it is. And that's fine, because that's the stance he's always had. But what's funny on top of that, is when you get the owner of the Kiwi Farms
Josh Moon.
supporting, wanting to talk to Asmongold
Uh-huh.
about the abuse of payment processors. Basically, backtracking and stabbing in the back his own principles that he sets forth
Yeah.
and all the shit he talks about and does to come to the defense of this just because it will help him out because he is getting targeted by the same thing.
Oh no shit. So
And I think old Mooney Boy
Mm.
and kind of needs to hold up to his own standards and go, well, I guess they can do that because you've always wanted that shit gone. So
yeah, no, and that's where it gets kind of interesting. So this all kind of starts in Australia, the funny place down under that doesn't exist, that has killer insects and a few other different aminos that will look
Most
at
chips
you in
poisonous and deadly.
instant death you. And it's all because of the factor that their kitties, their kiddos, depending on how they want to say what kiddos is, had access to what they consider rape, incest, role playing video games. And apparently there was at least access to at least 500 online games that promoted quote unquote rape and a few other different questionables. So their safety investigation was on high, and then they got a little upsetty sketty, and they're the ones that decided to throw this entire tantrum to begin with. It
sounds like a
continues down the
parenting
road.
issue.
You know, right? It is something on their end, and then it continues down the actual road to hit something like Steam. Now, Steam, being what Steam does best, is gather money and keep money, and at least 30% of it, and give the rest of it to developers. And that, after taxes and that have been taken off, they are going to roll over, which is normal for a company, no matter if it's in the United States or not. It wants to make sure the money keeps rolling in. So people, especially the gamers, those lovely idiots that at large, they're all upset that's at Steam because of the factor that Steam kind of updated their Steamwork guideline unbeknownst to them. And I would have to go quote, content must not violate the rules or standard of the payment processors, banks, or service providers, end quote. And that was brought in sometime in early July.
I was gonna say, this year.
Yes. And which kind of makes you kind of think, why did that go in so soon? And unbeknownst these lovely individuals, because of a certain fucking movement that these morons are so interested in, something called Stop Killing Games.
Yeah.
You see the snowball that's happening here because of their stupid thought processes. So it gets better because another sideshow freak is attached to this as well. Something called Nintendo. And Nintendo is very notorious on creating new devices and that to make sure that they own everything and you own nothing, and you're going to be happy about it. And
Until
what was that?
Nintendo goes out of business.
Yeah, they're
can
still
only hope.
making bank.
We could only hope and pray and wish.
Yes, 5 million copies of this particular unit has been pushed out, sold, and they've earned some degree of bank. Regardless whether it's being shipped back to them or not, means nothing. 5 million units have been sold. And going.
And 4,500,000 probably got to be Brits sometime soon.
Oh yeah, not surprising. Funny enough, there had been a brickening that happened in Japan. It's not really a brickening per se. The Japanese owner, I'm not too sure if he's white or whatever, he ended up purchasing a Japanese strict Nintendo Switch 2, played it for maybe about a couple of days, put it into the docking, walked away, came back to it, and it wasn't working properly. He sent it to the Nintendo's division for repairs. They clapped back going, we can't repair this because, hey, This was dropped into water. We see rust in that here, so we can't fix it. It's going to cost you 300 American to have this fixed. He's like, wait, hold up. This is in a protected covering. It doesn't leave the house. It barely, it's not even near water whatsoever. And I've only had it for a few days. How does this have rust and shit?
Hey, I'm heading to bed. I'm falling asleep here.
All right, we'll talk
Later.
to you later. So yeah, this is a fight between him and Nintendo, but unfortunately, Nintendo kind of rules on this one, saying, "Hey, we can't fix it. We're not going to send you pictures of how this rusting is done, and you have to pay us money in order to fix this."
And you have to pay us money to get it back.
Pretty much. Actually, he was given the device, but if he wants it fixed, it's going to cost him monies.
Well, that's where you get people like me, because if I owned one of those retro devices,
Oh yeah.
And I did send it off to get it fixed like that, and they said, "Oh, it's rusted. Send it, give us this much money, and we'll fix it for you." I'd be like, "Nah, send it back." I'd want them to send it back, and then I would take it apart myself and document it.
Yeah.
That's how I do it.
Oh yeah, no, that'd be the greatest way. But this moron has decided to, just whine on the internet, rather per se. So it's a questionable, whine, and claim that this actually happened, but doesn't want to have anybody look into it. Like, really? If this is a known issue, and this has been a unit that's been sitting in some place that has high humidity whatsoever. This means it's a manufacturing issue. That means the Nintendo has to do a basic recall, and
if humidity alone, and that's the thing, even with like the old NES systems, they'd rust.
Mhm.
I've got plenty of these old NES consoles here in the house that you turn them on, they still walk, and the motherboard's rusted in places, and the RF shoulders rusted in places. But it's like, humidity can do that. But
Yes.
the way those units are made, that shouldn't be a thing.
Should.
If it is a thing, we'll have to see what happens, because if it is suffering from high humidity, it's got to be something that's got to start hitting other consoles soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, we already have the swelling of batteries. We've also had the few other glitches in that outside of the bricketing and all that other fiasco.
Well, when you put a battery in a unvented space next to something that generates a tremendous amount of fucking heat,
yes,
that's gonna happen.
Kaboom!
Yeah, we kind of know this, but unfortunately, the average consumer, which I like to call them the normies, they know shit. All they know is we give money up,
And
you give me stuff, I happy.
well, and let me specify on this. This is not a defense of Nintendo.
No.
And I know people will take that twist around. It's like, oh, well, Sparky's just trying to defend Nintendo because he says it's a normal thing that happens. No, it's a normal thing for that to happen in that kind of environment. It's a ship design, and that's why it's happening.
Kind of like the vulva.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It's
Maybe Nintendo let the women design this console.
Oh, God.
I wouldn't put it past it.
I think it was Nintendo let their women do it, and we're like, oh, yeah. Completely fuck it up. Yeah, there you go.
I mean,
it actually sounds like a woman's design. I mean, if you think about it, even the policy sounds like a woman's idea.
Again, I mean, people bought it. Now they're bitching. Well, some are bitching, complaining about it, and
you were warned.
I know, right? And then you have those lovely YouTubers that come out of the woodworks to gain the yelling at clouds and stand up with stop killing games, the whole initiative and that and not conclude, not be able to piece it all together because this is a big picture with a lot of different moving parts, and not see that there's more to this than what meets the eye. And I wish these guys the best of luck going forward on when this initiative does go in front of the EU's politicians, because the first thing they're going to be talking about is how is this going to affect us, not the gamers, us, the politicians, because they really don't care about the gamers. So, and like it or not, whether I like Thor, Pirate Software or not, some of his statements may come true. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fucking interesting. But
Well, and again, broken record all the time. I don't have a particular issue with somebody wanting to do a deal that's called Stop Killing Games
yes,
and bring forth and spotlight issues that are seen within the gaming community. I don't mind that. And I think the issue is being levied in a public statement and a public sentiment is just fine. How it's stated right now is just fine. How it's being brought forth is just fine to the public. But when you're trying to go through and you're trying to enact legislation or new rules, in the EU, it's never got to affect here in the United States. It's never got to affect Japan or anywhere else. It's only got to affect EU. Let's make that clear right now.
May only affect the problem is this rule has already been kind of levied a while back, and licensing has been okayed by the EU for a while. So
no. And what I mean is, when you're gonna put forth something for legislators and politicians to look at, to judge on, you can't just go, we want game companies to stop doing X, Y, Z, and not be very clear on the practices being done, because that gives them a way to hand wave it away.
Not just
or to sell up loopholes.
Not that
you got to come through and you got to specify what actual practices are being done, how it's being done, and come up with a solution.
Yeah. And
that's not been done.
No. And the solution I have given out, I don't know how many times some of us within my camp have given up. It's a simple one.
Can I guess what the solution is?
Please, Sparky, tell me what the solution is.
Vote with your wallet. Don't buy from companies.
Yes, there you go. That's a solution. Stop buying these things. If you're gonna buy it, then expect it not to last.
So, Mean Rage got into a little tiff on Twitter.
Oh boy, I love those.
But he's like, he says he understands where I came in from in my point, but he's also like, oh, you gotta understand, loot boxes is gambling and stuff like that, and the only defenses they have is just chance gambling and stuff like that. And loot boxes shouldn't be in video games, which is fine. I get it. Loot boxes are distasteful and stuff like that. It's whatever. However, this is the problem when you start leveraging that kind of an argument. Okay, then all trading cards need to be treated the same way.
Correct.
Well, it's two different. That's two, and he came back with that's two different things. This is loot boxes and games, and these are just trading cards. And it's like, but you can buy a starter deck, and that starter deck gets you started in. I'll use Yu-Gi-Oh as an example. You can buy a starter. You can buy a Joy Rilla or Yugimoto or any one of the other characters. You can buy their starter decks, and those starter decks come with a set number of cards, and you know what cards come in that deck. So when you buy that deck, you know exactly what comes within it. However, the booster packs, you have no idea what you have. You have so many commons, so many semi
You have so
rares,
many
so
condoms,
many
you have so many
rares, so many
energies,
holo
or
rares, so
the
many ultra rares.
yeah.
Yeah. If you start doing that, trying to levy legislation towards loot boxes and stuff like that, and this is why a lot of people don't understand. Oh, well, it just needs to affect games. No, that's not how the fucking law works. When you start leveraging these things, it's going to be implemented in a vast way.
Correct.
It's very rare that you have pinpoint things that legislate specifically to like just video games.
Correct.
So example would be subscription services.
Yeah.
You can't just leverage in-game subscription services. Can't be like this, because the government's gonna look at that, politicians are gonna look at that. Subscription services, okay, this is an issue, let's go forward and fix the issue. But they don't want to come back to this issue ever again. So what they gotta do? They gotta look at everything subscription based. So that would go to programs or Netflix and stuff like that. And the best case scenario is, all right, you get what you wanted and you help out. And okay, they start predatory practices that these companies have to do, or that they do. And cool. You wait until the next company comes up, the next dog shit thing, and everything's hunky dory. That's one way. Or another way, they come back in and the politicians go, oh no, the companies are right. In fact, we're actually gonna embolster them and guarantee that they can't get in trouble for this and make it to where they can do this more.
Yeah. I have to roll back on a little for the loot boxes, loot crates, and all that. Just a little histrionic that most tend to overlook, or not really knowledgeable on, or don't really care half the time. The origin of this actually started with a soccer game. EA came up with this idea.
FIFA.
Well, it was a college version. It was it eventually went over to FIFA, but yes, it was within the college version of FIFA, and it was based on trading cards. You'd have the ability to get certain players on your team through the card system that they had.
Yep, I know.
And eventually was locked over, and there's certain other people like let's see here, what is it, KI, what the fuck is the black dude, the KSI. He's notorious for this. He's one of the big ones for this. He I believe he was one of the ones that was very big on opening up the packs in the FIFA games. He would get any FIFA game just so they can open up the in-game packs. You didn't really earn them; you have to buy them. So yeah, this was a notorious thing way back. So, and this has been an ongoing issue. People like myself brought this up, and we was poo. It's just this one game. It's not going to affect anything. Okay. Then it moved over to
one. It's just one. It's just this one.
Yeah, and then it moved over to another game. What was a drop in, drop out looter shooter that we like to that some are very big on, and it was just only meant for cosmetics. It's just cosmetics. It's not going to affect the actual game. You're not winning anything, but that's a problem. It's still a form of gambling. Oh, but we can buy it. Okay, but why are you buying things that are not going to affect the game? It's because I want it's a beauty thing. It makes me feel very important, because look at this. I have something that's way different than everybody else. So this became more of a whale kind of thing. And this is what all games are being built on the whale mentality. It doesn't matter what level you go into. I'm guilty of that on certain aspects. But again, I know the predatory nature of it. I understand it's a predatory nature. Everybody else has accepted it, so I can either have a couple of different choices here. indulge in the predatory nature briefly, get a feel of what it feels like, kind of thing, and walk away. Kind of go, well, at least I understand what it is fully. Or I can go out right like a virgin wuss that it is, and still demand like every Bible thumper on the street corner, going, it's a sin, and not really knowing what the sin's all about. So
Yeah,
I know what the sin is, I know what the issue is, and unfortunately, you guys just dig in deeper,
Yeah.
fucking deeper.
So, and I'll give an example of me kind of like giving in to that just a little bit. And it's with the game I'm playing right now, Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And Elite Dangerous, they have a credit system, which is in-game credits, and you can buy you buy different things in the game.
Yeah.
And then they have another system within the game called Orcs. Now, you can gain Orcs. You can gain that Orcs through just normal gameplay. And I think the max allotment's like 400 Orcs a week.
Mhm.
That and you gotta go through and complete certain things and do certain things within the game to be able to get that allotment. Or you can buy Orcs with cash.
Yeah.
Orcs are the only things you can do. Now, the only thing that you can buy with Orcs is you can buy ships with Orcs. But the ships that are also accessible with credits.
Uh-huh.
And the primary reason why the ships were available in Orcs is for like early access. So one thing that's happening right now is like next week, new ship's coming out called the Panther Clipper. I've already got Orcs set aside to buy this ship.
See,
because
he's already got his donos figured out.
Yeah, it's a massive hauling ship. Now, for the first 3 months, the Panther Clipper is only available through the Orc store. After the first 3 months, then it's available in open market in the game, and you can either buy it, with credits, with Orc credits, or with in-game credits. I support buying the ship with Orcs because Elite Dangerous is a game that's been out for many, many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
And Frontier Studios, they're a big studio. They're a good studio. They have a lot of cholesterol on some stuff, but they make their money. They make plenty of other games too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to ensure, and I want to make sure that Elite Dangerous stays up and running because I'm having fun with the game.
Again,
but you're not gonna have that just by paying $20 for an old fucking game.
Yeah, no. I mean, like I said, the practice is out there. You voted with your wallet in that. You knew exactly what the practice is.
Yes.
And you weighed it out. You knew what the pros and cons were going forward. It is what it is.
I'm buying the ship for the fact I want to help finance them maintaining the servers, maintaining the game. It's a lot because that's another aspect that a lot of people don't really think about. Especially when they want to bitch, whine, complain whenever the game dies eventually, is like the servers are not kept running through G Fuel and nicotine.
Definitely not.
It's kept running for money. And if you have just a static game that say, okay, you pay $50 for the game, that's a one-time purchase. How far is that money gotta go?
Well, it's not going to go far if there's not enough of an actual player base to justify it to be even in existence.
Yeah. So eventually, after a period of time, the company's not going to be able to keep the game up and running. It's not going to be able to keep the servers up and running.
Yeah.
So I understand the reason for the loot boxes in some aspects.
That's just that is the unfortunate nature of the beast when the beast was allowed to show up at the door.
However, I do think that there's a better way of doing it.
Oh, there's always.
I don't think it needs to be loot boxes. I don't think you could probably do early access stuff. That's fine too. I think all online games, and I know a lot of gamers will be highly upset and pissed off over this, but I don't care. I feel like that this is what needs to be done. I feel like if you want to play an online game, it does need to be a subscription service.
Yeah, because if I remember a certain game from Blizzard that was subscription based up to a certain point until it became free to play for a brief moment, and that happened to be, oh, I don't know, World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
That fucker's still around for what?
Now, it shouldn't be, and I will agree, and this is the one part I agree with, like, start killing games aspect. I will agree that if you make a game, you need to have it where it can be played online and offline. If you want to play it offline or by yourself, you shouldn't have to have a subscription. You should be able to play it just the game itself.
Mhm.
And that comes in the implementation of how the game's built.
Correct.
Past games, the way they're built right now, it's kind of hard to set that up because they're all server-based systems.
Mhm.
But I do feel like that, if you want to play the game by yourself, you don't have to pay a subscription. You got the game. You can play it whenever you want. But if you want to play online with like friends or multiplayer or on the server or have anything like that,
Mhm.
have a subscription base. Because that gives you an access to in the game and it gives the devs and the company money to keep the servers up and running. Because again, you got to figure where this money comes from. And I don't find it feasible to tell a company, hey, you must keep this 20-year-old game open for all times and the servers open for all times and you must keep it maintained for all times when nobody's giving you any kind of money to do that.
Well, yeah, no, even the fan-driven based servers and that, there is something called donations and shit that does exist. So that happens in practice. So those
Yeah,
who
but that time out. But a lot of those servers don't last because nobody donates.
correct. That's the problem. So and that's where it comes back down to. This is money has to go somewhere, and if you want this game to last, you're gonna have to put a lot of donos in it. And unfortunately, it's not like that. So you have to choose wisely. You either want to have to play a live service game, knowing that eventually it's going to die, or don't play the live service game and find other games that fit what you're looking for, which drives the market share to go into that direction. Because all developers and studios tend to go where the money kind of goes, and the fan base has to go in that direction first.
Yeah.
They try their best to fish you, but if you're not biting, then they have no other choice but to try to think strategically.
Well, it's the same. Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head, especially like third-party games. Third-party companies, because good example, Powerworld.
Yeah,
Powerworld and Minecraft. So you can play on somebody else's system, and
right.
I do like that aspect. And I do feel like, and we've seen the wear and tear, we've seen issues with stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So if we look at a game like Elite Dangerous or World of Warcraft,
Mhm.
or another one, the multiplayer online games. Okay, those are client to server games. So meaning you have a host on your computer to play the game, but the game's not being really played on the computer. It's being played on a server.
The server, yes.
Usually a lot of those games run really good and really smooth. And you don't have a lot of you'll have issues, but you don't have a lot of issues.
Correct.
However, when you have games like Powerworld, 7 Days to Die, and a couple other ones, what is the one thing we've always ran into on those games?
Oh, the lag, dude. The lag is a beautiful one, and things just lovely break. They just break more often than norm.
Yeah,
I love it.
And unfortunately, here's the way it goes. A game company has to be able to make a game, and this is the aspect what Pilot Software has made, and he's right on this one. It pisses me off that all these people just are so fucking blind. They want to be able to just take whatever they want and not really appreciate where it came from. But this is where it comes from. Game Studio makes a game for you to play and enjoy, and the less hiccups and glitches that you have, the better your game is, and the more you're gonna want to play it, and the more you're gonna want to buy it and come back.
Correct.
Unfortunately, with like Power World and 7 Days to Die and other games like that, which is a client-to-client game, you have that issue. Now you can buy a third-party server for
Correct.
Minecraft or Power World, and you can install the game on that third-party server, but you're still running into issues with like connectivity and stuff like that. You can run it on your own computer, but then you run into issues of, oh, the
I mean,
computer's got to stay
you
on
can
all the
build
time
your
for
own
people to
server.
access it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can build your own server,
You
but
can
again,
do
it
that.
comes back down to pinging because of the factor that that's a big one. You're kind of close to Central. Gemmax is way in the east. We can have somebody who's in Japan. I'm in the Pacific area, and the server just happens to be in the Pacific area. That means that people who are in Japan and Far East are going to have a hard time trying to get into that particular server. You and myself, not so much. Yes, your ping will be a little bit more kind of wonkier, but you're a bit further away from where the actual perceived server is.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the crux of this argument. So
Yeah.
most places, when it comes down to something like WoW, they have multiple servers that all tie into each other in some way. So yeah, you're in a specific
Spread out.
region, but you have multiple chains, yes, that are spread out, and your lag portion of it is severely reduced. The amount of questionables that happen is kind of mitigated very quickly. You get put into a different chunk after a while.
Yeah.
So
Now,
yeah, that
now
costs.
yeah, it costs a lot. And one of the funny things I like to hear a lot, especially from these people, and it's like, well, we don't want the game company to be able to say, well, you can't play this game no more. Well, it's not them just going, well, we don't want you to play this game no more. It's probably got to the point it's financially unfeasible for them to run the game.
Well,
And it's
that
usually gets to that point. Yes, there's some fringe outliers that make
trashware.
trashware. There's another name for it. I can't remember what. I argue with somebody on Twitter over this, but it's like throwaway or something like that.
Yeah, it basically why I call it trashware because basically it's a throwaway product.
Yeah, it's a product. Yes, there's some issues with products like that. Yes, 100%. Those need to be looked at and more heavily regulated. But to tell a game company that, hey, make a game to where we don't have to have a server to play it. Well, we're gonna have the same issues that we see with Power World and Minecraft stuff like that. It rubber bands too much. My computer. Why is the game 400 gigabytes?
Yeah.
My system's chugging on it.
Mhm.
Why can I not connect with friends? My game keeps crashing on my computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're trading one problem for another problem.
Multitude of different ones. Oh god. Hell, the lucky server that I was running for Pal World until, I kind of, you know what, we have very very little people playing, so let's call it. Yeah, the people that wanted to play it, they were rubber banding like motherfuckers, and they were from like across the globe, and I'm like going, dude, it's a centralized, hub that for most of the people in the North America region. You're from Japan. Why are you playing here? It's not going to work because your ping is
My
going to be
friends.
terrible.
Yeah, but it's like my friends, and it's like,
Yeah.
and that's what you gotta run into. And again, this is one of the things in this conversation that I'll bring up, and people can say I'm sweeping for pirate software all they want. It's a true fucking statement. That is a part of the conversation that people are not bringing up. That's very dumb for them to not bring up.
Yes, and they at the moment have this hate boner on this guy. I get it. He just popped out of nowhere and has been in everybody's feed, which makes it at first, okay, he's kind of talking the talk and playing the game, and then him coming out to slap Ross, who apparently, according to some, has done no wrong, hasn't harmed a fly or whatever, and has a good idea. Uh, Unfortunately for Ross, he
It's a piss
really
poor idea.
it's not a solid idea. It's got some issues.
And
And
here's the thing: the Orphan Games Act, or the Orphan Programs Act, and there's another one, some sort of act in the EU,
Mhm.
basically nullifies any and all things that Stop Killing Games want to bring forth,
Yes.
because those acts protect game publishers and game devs.
Well, not just that, but it also protects the licensing that's been around for a while.
Yeah,
See,
and,
this
and because these people want the game studios at the end of the life of the game to give up the rights to the IP. It's like that's not how this works.
yeah. Yeah. And the issue I find with Ross's selection, the this is what we're gonna die on the hill that they want. They wanted he decided to pick the crew out of all games.
They
And
made a crew too.
yeah, actually they made a sequel to the Crew 2 that's even better than the first game. And you were able to bring over data from the first game to this third version of this game. So technically the Crew never died. You just had to spend money to progress. And the other two games have what is considered an end of life procedure. Funny how that is. And it didn't happen because of Stop Killing Games. It happened because it was something that they wanted to do on their own.
Well, not only that, it also happened when and we went through and we looked at the numbers.
Yes.
Nobody was playing the fucking game.
No, no, the data for the Crew is dead. It was there was barely like maybe 4 to 10 people playing.
Everyone went over to the Crew too.
Yeah, and moved over to the next variants down the road to the next game. So it happens. Games eventually do age out. You're not going to be able to go back to a classic game, especially for a live service. Hell, I've had this little rant. There were certain live service based games that we had in the '90s that can't go back to anymore. They're gone. They're dead. Um,
Unlike
for,
Homeworld.
yeah, pretty much. So it's like, oh well. Those are brilliant memories. If you were lucky to record it, great. If you weren't, oh well. Uh, but still, trying to force a gaming company to go down the road of preservation, under the guise of maybe, depending on who it is, to take an IP to make it their own, that's a bad call because that's how it could be argued.
Yeah.
And realistically, lobbyists will twist it. You put this in the ballpark of a lobbyist, you fucked. And that's what you guys did. You put it in the ballpark of a lobbyist.
1993.
Yep. Yep. Also the early 2000s as well. So I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's like I tell people on Twitter. I'm not against government coming in and stipulating and regulating some things if it seems like that there's some foul practices being played. But you've got to understand that that is a two-way street that can both help you and also severely fuck you. And
yeah.
you got to be careful when you want to wave around that card, government get involved. Because we've seen it, and I like it because everyone misunderstood the fucking tweet I made about on the one hand, you got people praising the Stop Killing Games movement. Yes, I know it's an EU movement. It was just government, creed, nationality has nothing to do with it. It's the fact of everyone is supporting the Stop Killing Games movement, which is EU only. But the same people that are supporting that, which is supporting government to get involved to tell game companies, hey, we the gamers don't want you game companies to do this stuff no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's also throwing a shit hitsy fit when the FBI comes in and goes, "Hey, we're cracking down on piracy."
Yeah, it becomes a problem because that's where we're leading ourselves into. We want licensing preservation, which is basically what we're saying. Ergo, that means that those studios, being Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, or whomever, can now enforce the piracy, laws even more so. And you bitch about it. How dare they take away the emulation sites? Well, the emulation sites are considered a pirated site.
Unfortunately, yes. Which I'm not against emulation sites. I've used emulators too before. It's if it's not available and that's the only way you can do it, I get
Yeah.
it. However, you've got to admit and you've got to come to terms with it's still pirating.
Yeah. We are coasting that drainage that is the world of pirating. And if you accept one, you have to accept the other.
Yeah, you cannot. And this is the reason why I'm like, this is why you don't want government to get involved because
Yes.
you don't know which way they're gonna go.
Correct. And that's at first we were like, hey, we don't want government involved in our gaming. The less government to have involved over in our gaming, we don't have to worry about this piggy bullshit or whatever.
We don't have to worry about censorship. We don't have to worry about
Yeah,
political correctness. We don't have to worry about some politician coming in and going, the violence in this games or
pretty
is
much.
what causing our youth to be extremely violent and bring guns to school and commit mass shootings. That's
Mhm.
where you get that from. That's
I mean,
exactly what happened in '93
well,
with Grand
this
Theft
was
Auto Original.
yeah, I know. But this kind of goes back to the whole comic books and that this was a thing. This is what happened when politicians got involved. This is where it kind of goes in. Hell, we made fun of certain people that said games lead to violence. And we're like, yeah, that doesn't happen. No gamers going out there trying to kill somebody. And that happened back in the time frame. We laughed at people like that. And now here we are, many moons later, kind of spouting that it's our game, so don't take it away from us. But it isn't your game. You bought a license. You weren't paying attention. They did the switcheroo. You know, we had the rules pretty much stated. So as long as you have a physical copy of the game, you can do what you need to do with it within reason. Well, they got rid of the physical copy of the game and created a licensed digital version of it. You don't own it.
Yeah. And we got to look at the reason why that they did this. The most common, and it's not just one thing, and that's why a lot of people need to understand. It's not just one thing that led to this. It's a multiple
Multitude
thread of things that led to it. One of the reasons why it led to the license-based stuff is pirating. It allows the game developer more control over the titles, the IPs.
Yeah.
Oh, making sure that you have to go through them to play the game.
Yeah, we have
It
the DRMs
sucks.
and all that. Yeah.
It sucks, and it should not be a thing. But that's one of the things that led up to it. The other thing that led up to it is, yes, money, greed. These game companies are not out there. I feel like gamers have this fucking weird, perverted idea in their minds that game companies need to be like the Willy Wonkas of the world, that they do it for the love and just giving joy and chocolate to children of the world. No, it's money.
No, it's always been money.
It's money's fine. I get the money part. I get it. But uber fucking ridiculous greedy for money, yeah, well, they've gotten a little too far for that.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Oh no,
you've got to understand where all that stuff comes from, and it's not just one thing.
No,
but everyone wants to slam it down and just go, it's this one thing.
here's the thing: you can be super uber greedy if you're making the greatest fucking games all the fucking time. You can be as greedy as you fucking want. If you're making the best fucking game out there that everybody wants to play, you can be as greedy as you fucking want, as long as it's a good game. If it's not the greatest fucking game in the world, you can't be super fucking greedy.
And we've had a lot of people trying to sell $80 games that are complete shit.
Jim X, that's what the beauty of what me and Ro just said.
Yeah.
Vote with your wallets.
Yeah, it's a very simple rule. Vote for who you want.
Oh, no, it's always been that way for me. Vote for your wallet. And I waited until, I'll give you an example. I waited until Mass Effect, the last Mass Effect game, whatever the fuck it was called, I can't remember.
Oh, Mass Effect
Andromeda.
Andromeda. Jeez.
I paid $7 for the game after they dropped it down to almost 90% off, and I still returned that fucking game.
Oh, I mean,
$7. It was it was complete shit. 2 hours of playing, I'm done. It's not worth $7.
But no, I mean, good point in this Rockstar Games. Grand Theft Auto people, or the Red Dead Redemption people. They make some pretty solid games. I'm not going to say they're great games. They're pretty solid.
Oh, yeah.
Some would argue with me, going, "Oh, they're the greatest games since sliced bread." Well, okay,
No.
you could say that. And they're willing to put out $100 for the next rendition. Think about it.
I've heard rumors that game is hell.
And those are the people you want to yell at.
The
game
fact,
videos.
Yeah. It's the factor that these motherfuckers heard that this game is going to be $100, Grand Theft Auto 6. They're like, okay, sign me up, buddy. Here's my money.
Here, shut up and take my money.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean,
And the game has barely came out. There's been some rumors about the game is going to be woke as fucking fuck. And it's going to make fun of everybody. Mostly Republicans, if you're within the political sphere. And yet these motherfuckers are still going to pay $100, $120, $300 for this fucking game.
And they could go ahead, burn their money if they want. I mean, honestly, actually, no, burning their money would be a better use.
Would be a lot more better investment but again, this comes back down. They're going to have a live service aspect to this game.
Yeah, they can do that. If they want to do that, I can't wait because I know what's going to happen day one. Day 1 and 2, the servers are going to completely crash.
Oh, fuck yes. It's also going to have a patch.
It's going to have a patch. The servers are going to crash, and it's going to be probably down either for two days at best.
Yeah.
Probably a week to a month at worst.
No. Again, we've seen this before. We've seen Grand Theft Auto 5. The live version of the game is far better than the actual game itself.
Oh, yeah.
But it's again the same fucking song and dance. I listen to the same fucking people who kind of preach on one end of it that this is going to be the glorious game of games, and then they turn around and kind of go, "We need the game developers to stop killing our games." Well, you're highly invested in a game that also has a live service feature. Isn't that going to affect the game?
Here's my thing. It's basically going to be Saints Row, the remake on woke steroids that give it a limp dick. So,
I mean, if it happens, my question is going to be: are these people going to return it, or they're just going to pitch a bitch and put it on the YouTube, which means nothing?
Yep.
Because that's basically what I mean. I can go anywhere on the YouTube world and see the same amount of people pitching a bitch, but still have physical copies or a copy of the game somewhere, whereas digital physical, and they haven't returned it. So they're preaching one end and lying to the other.
Yeah.
So
hypocrites.
Yes, I mean Mutatard is a good example.
Oh, I know Mutatard's going to buy that game and say, "Oh, it's the fucking greatest thing ever. I'm going to suck its cock."
Pretty much.
Well,
yeah, dude.
Well, it seems like just gaming sphere is just full of fucking hypocrites and full of people who just want to grip and clout chase. Because it's exactly what happened in Gamergate. Exactly what happened in Gamergate.
Yep. It happened during the 1%er movement that we had a while back, where we had the 99s come out and demand that, the 1%ers aren't the actual market, blah blah blah, and somebody turned around and fucked that over, and it became a completely different movement. Same thing happened with Gamergate. We were focused on gaming and gaming journalism, and the practices within the actual corporations trying to fuck us over. And what happened? The corporation turned it into, it's about harassment in video games. Please save the gaming women. Okay, but that wasn't the original conversation.
Please save my digital pixels on the screen that is fictionally harming real women.
Yeah, somehow. So
the classic Anita Sarkeesian stance.
No, and that
you can't see Batman's butt. I mean, come on. Yeah, and you're like two jumps said. Go ahead. Yeah,
even though you could, but again, I mean, it's like whatever. But that it comes back down to we have the direction of the argument, and it kind of veers because some other people who are louder, more obnoxious, and have more connections to change the actual conversation and make you the bad guy, even though you had a proper, legitimate conversation. I mean, again, it rolls back down to you may not like the persons, but if they do have some degree of point, maybe you want to take that in consideration. Anyways, that was fun and exciting. We've gone overtime by I want to say close to 6 minutes. Great. We're gonna wrap this bad boy up. We're gonna I don't know what on Sparky said if we're gonna be sending anybody anywhere.
I'm actually let me go ahead and get this set up. And again, like always, what we do is we'll read over to Mama Akko's. It is Mama Akko's birthday today.
Go yell at her. Damn.
Yeah.
It.
Him.
Tell him that Rogue sent you violently, and
violently
point at them.
Violently.
Yeah, violently. Abuse them. Oh, I updated their Minecraft server today, which was awesome.
Well, that's up to you to tell them, not me.
No, they already know about it. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah. I found a plug that put a version of Factoria into it.
Nice. But on stream, it looks like that they have Mama Akko, and then they have Ava, Misa Tamori, Temp, Mama Fox, and the illustrious leader, Raging Bull.
No, the Jew that is who deserves to find a very small oven. All right, cool beans.
Or shower.
Yeah, I mean, clean him off before we give him a good bake. I guess that kind of works. But a shallow grave that has a group effect. I feel that's going to be a better opportune. But as usual, I give these motherfuckers their last rate. I hit buttons. We get the fuck out of here, and I don't care who goes first.
I guess I'll go first. Well, as far as the Steam sex games goes, guys out there, whoever plays them, vote with your cocks.
Jesus Christ.
Vote with your cocks.
Okay.
And vote with your wallets.
That one.
I beat the fucking button. Go touch grass.
Bye.